All right. I believe it's recording now. I've got so many things open. I'm like, I don't know where everything is. All right. So first things first, Zoom. If you're using Zoom for your courses, remember that they will copy over from one course to the next if you're copying. So you'll need to make sure that you go in and check to make sure you have the right ID with the right course that you're wanting to use. So to do that, you go over to your little settings tool and then settings, and then you can see your course ID in the web address area. That's for, most people use it for office hours. Some people have synchronous or asynchronous Zoom tabs. And that's where you can see those IDs to make sure you're using the right ones for the right courses. You don't need to create new ones every semester. I'm going to say this over and over every semester in an update. Just make sure if you're, especially office hours, you can use that ID over and over and over. That way we don't have too many course ID or Zoom IDs out there. And it's easier for you too in your list of meetings. Sorry. So make sure you go in and check those, make sure they're the correct ones. It's pretty easy when you click on the tab on the page, it will pop up and say it's generating the meeting, you want to open it. And that will tell you whether or not it's a good meeting ID or not. If it doesn't pop up, then you might have a bad link. If you have any questions about this and this is all foreign to you, don't worry, I'm here. Call me or email me and I can help you get this set up. If you don't use Zoom at all for your classroom, then this means nothing to you. Let's see. Yeah, just making sure you check your IDs and make sure that the meetings match your course or your office hours. What you think you're clicking on is where your students are going as well. Any questions about that before we move on? No. Zoom cloud recordings. So if you're recording to the cloud, which is what we recommend, we will be deleting the summer recordings the first week of September. So make sure you get all of those either downloaded if you want to keep them, or go through and make sure you don't want to keep any of them. If you need to keep them longer than this September, just let us know and we'll write your name down and not delete yours. Permanent home can be YouTube. So if you download them from the cloud, you can put it on a YouTube as a YouTube video, and then it's a great place to keep it. I can help you with that. It's a pretty easy process. But if you're wanting to keep your lectures and you want to be able to share them for future semesters, YouTube is where we suggest you send them, because you can also embed those videos into your courses in the future. Any questions about that? Pretty simple. Every semester, we're going to be removing the previous semester's recordings. Just keep that in mind. Moving on to concourse. So on Friday, we generated all of the concourse syllabi for fall. I say we, but it was Dr. Gardner. It wasn't me. She's got them all in there. So when you go to your course, if you have the concourse syllabus page in your course, you will be able to see syllabus for the semester. If you do not have the concourse syllabus page in the course that you're wanting to use and you've already made your copy, you can copy that one page over and I can help you with that. Or you can copy it from any of your other courses. If it's a brand new shell and you're not going to be copying anything over from a previous course, if you click on the syllabus tab, you should see a button that says add tool. If you click on that, then you'll see concourse syllabus and you can click on that and it'll populate your course syllabus right then and there. But if you do that before you make a course copy, know that it will remove that. So you don't want to do that if you're going to be making a course copy. Every semester, you will have to update your concourse syllabi with your information for your class. The only thing that goes into your page on your course is the template. So it'll have your outcomes and the description and everything, but it won't have your personal course information. So it won't have your instructor information and any kind of supplements that you want to add. So you'll have to go, you can either copy from your previous, or you can, and I can show you, we're going to show you that here in a second, or you can copy paste directly into it. Copying from a previous semester, you can go, if like you have 3 sections of one course, you can copy from one old course, one, let's say spring course, you can copy into all of that same course, all 5 sections at one time from a previous concourse syllabus. If I can get to, there it is. So you go to syllabus, view, edit, copy. You want to choose copy. It's on the top left-hand corner of your concourse syllabus. Then it takes you to a page like this where you can copy from the one you're in. I'm sorry, this one says from another course to this course, but I always recommend going to the one that you're wanting to take content from, just because then you can look at it first and make sure it's everything that you want. So you go to copy from this course to another course, or you can copy from this course to many courses. So this one's going, the middle one is going to do from this course to another course. That would be 1, or from this course to many courses. That can get a little confusing, but once you click on the copy to 1 or copy to many, it will show you your options on what you can copy. And of course, I did not share that screenshot, but you'll have the faculty information, any of the course notes, attendance, and stuff like that. You can copy from one to another or one to many. Any questions about concourse? No?
I think I might have one.
Sure.
So I copied my course over and I have concourse in my previous course, but when I click on it today, or when I clicked on it, it says, we're sorry, the course you requested is not available. The course has not yet been created and you are not eligible to create the course on your own. Is that because I copied it?
No.
just before?
Why don't you send me an email and tell me which course and section, and we'll look it up and see why that's still showing, because you shouldn't see that message.
Okay, I'll do that.
But thank you for letting me know, because we definitely need to look into that. If any of you, if you click on syllabus and you know it should be showing your syllabus, and it shows you the "we're sorry" message, send online an email so we can look into it. And make sure when you send that email, you put the course in the course section so we know where to look. Thank you, Jen. Anything else? All right. Our last reminder, certification. So Cert Day, we have to make sure we have 3 different things. Face-to-face, in order to be certed into a class, the students have to either attend at least 1 class section or session, or email or communicate with the instructor about that class, saying that they're going to be there. I believe that's right, Marie? Is it just communication about attendance? Online, they have to submit a content-bearing assignment or a forum post, and then they will be certed in. If they do not do those things, cert out. Hybrid, you can do either or. So they can either attend a class or they could submit an assignment, and then they will be certed in or certed out. Most importantly, we just need to make sure that we are following these steps so that way we're not missing any students. So we're not just going through and certing everyone. We need to make sure we go and check, make sure everyone's meeting these, at least one or the other on hybrid, and meeting the face-to-face or the online option. Any questions about that?
In regards to the online stuff, for the forum post, doesn't it have to be like more than just an introductory post? Or am I thinking it's that old school rules? Like I thought, if you put a forum post up there, but it was just an introduction, like this is me, I was thinking that that didn't count for some reason.
So here's where Maggie and I will say, we're not English teachers. We intended the content bearing to be an adjective for the assignment and also for the forum. So it might have been clearer had we written content bearing assignment or content bearing forum. But yes, Andrew, you are correct. An introduction forum typically is not sufficient to reach that threshold of content bearing to cert a student in. And I might also add the reason that we are reminding you of this, we have had some issues with instructors certing students who should not have been certed or certing out the wrong student. So we just want to highlight the importance of certification and ask you to be very diligent when it's time to cert. And if you do have a question about your online student or your hybrid student and whether they should be certed in or not, you're welcome to email me and we can walk through your particular scenario for that.
Good question. Thank you, Andrew. Anything else? All right. Moving on. New features. I'm so excited about this one. My favorite new feature is the preview files on upload assignments. So when students turn in an upload assignment, you used to have to download it to view it. Now, when you go into an assignment that's been uploaded, just like normally you would see the score and the option to reopen or write notes, feedback. Now at the bottom of that section, you have an inline view of that document, picture, whatever was uploaded. If it's a PDF, you'll see, or if it's multiple pages, you'll see all of the pages on the left side that you can scroll through, or you can see the big zoomed in version. You can change page to page. You can change the view to 2 pages, 4 pages, zoom in, zoom out. You can search within that document by using the find feature and find words that you might be looking for. You can download from here. You can print from here without having to actually download the whole thing. You can't annotate yet, but I am communicating with Jinzabar on the hopes of that coming soon. Annotating on this and sending it back to the student will be a game changer for grading. I think this is also already a huge game changer, especially for those of you that are just having students turn something in for you to read or view and give feedback, not necessarily for like English papers and stuff that have to have annotation on them. But this way you don't have to download 20 documents per class or per assignment just to review them. Now you can just see it right here. It's on the page that you can put the grade in and then go to the next student. So it's very basic, but you can view it.
Maggie, does the student see the preview on their end? Or just the teacher? When they upload it, do they see a preview?
You know, I don't know that I've looked at that.
I just wondered because it's helpful to tell them. If they do, then you can be like, hey, check your preview when you turn this in so you know it came across right.
I know for sure that they'll see the that they uploaded something because they'll see what they uploaded, but I don't know about the inline view. I'll have to check that out.
I'm checking.
Right.
Okay,
Just a few minutes.
that's a good question. Anybody else have anything? It's very basic. It's not a lot to share because there's not a lot to it except viewing it and being able to print from here, search the document, zoom in, zoom out. It's just really handy. Especially if you have students that are doing like screenshots or anything like that, they're just putting it right in there and you can see it without having to download it. What'd you find out, Marie?
Well, I'm currently looking for the class that you're using.
Sandbox.
It's what?
Wait, Maggie's Sandbox.
Which assignment then?
adding a PDF upload.
Did you take Peter back out?
No?
You can move on. I'll come back. I just found
Okay.
it.
Okay.
Sorry.
That's okay. So yeah, I'm so excited. So you guys, I hope are able to use this and enjoy it. And I hope that maybe in January, when we do this update, I'll be able to say, yay, we can annotate now. But we'll see. Did you find it before we move on? Nope.
I think I have. And I think the answer is no. The student can see that they've uploaded and the name of the file, but they do not have the inline reader.
Okay.
But we can certainly ask for that in the future.
I can definitely add it to my conversation that I'm having with Jinzbar.
It makes me feel better on Blackboard when I see what's been uploaded. So in the preview, so I know the teacher got the right thing and not like Michael Jordan rookie card or some picture.
Yep.
It's just comfort.
Sounds good. Definitely, I'll add it. Thank you. All right. Last semester, I told you guys about the audio and video capabilities. Nothing's changed about them. They are still the same thing. I just wanted to make sure and remind you that they are still out there. On every single text editor across your course, you will see these two little symbols, the video and audio recorders. And it's very simple. I'm actually going to have Kathy Gordon talk to us about how she uses it in her class, because I had a student actually tell me how much they enjoyed being able to see their instructor and connect through the videos. And it was Kathy Gordon, so I reached out. So Kathy, do you mind sharing?
I do not. Hey, can you enable my screen share?
Sure, that would be.
You should be able to share now, Kathy.
Okay, great. Thank you.
You'll probably want to stop sharing for a minute.
Okay, am I good?
Mhm.
Okay, so this is nothing big or revolutionary. This is just a very simple thing, but it's a simple thing you can do that honestly seems to make a difference to my students, because every semester I've used this, multiple students on my evaluation tell me how much they like it. And this is just something you take 2 minutes and you can do this. And this is a class that I had this summer. And one thing that I like to do is make sure that my homepage changes quite a bit, because it looks like I'm doing something than just parking it. And I think that when they come up, like I wouldn't want to check in and always see the same thing every week. And so I make sure, so my actual art appreciation intro, that would be up here first week or so. But then after that, I move things around so that it looks like we're doing stuff and I'm involved. But one of the things I like, I have what to do this week. And this is where I use the new video tool that we have. And I personally, you could, you know, handle this the way you want, but I just like to load it right into a blog spot onto my homepage. And so just create that, call it whatever you want, but just so that the students know you're going to talk about what's up this week. And you can see, I do leave like 2 or 3 weeks up, because occasionally a student will want to know something. I'll go, oh, go back to week 3. I talked about that or whatever. And so that they can always kind of go back in the last couple of weeks and see what we did. But I'll just show you real quick. So they could click on this right from here. And hey, everybody, Mrs. Gordon here. It is drawing and painting week this week. We're going to be doing some drawing along with tutorials. I am going to have you draw the human figure, the proportions of the human figure. You're going to be drawing the facial features proportions. And you're also going to be doing basic shapes and forms and shading. So I think that will all give you kind of a fun introduction to some drawing techniques and things that help you in drawing. So I think you'll find that fun. So we have 3 different activities in that. You're going to be looking at Jan van Eyck's, the marriage contract. One thing I will say is, that one you have to write a little paper. I've uploaded my own lecture. Plus there's a couple different websites for you to peruse for information writing it. But the one little key that I want to tell you that I think will help a lot is listen to my lecture all the way through. Okay. It's always really obvious when somebody hasn't listened to it all the way, because there is a bit of a bombshell at the end of my lecture. And if you haven't listened to it, I know it'll be obvious. Okay. So all right, so that's kind of what I do. And then I always make sure that at the end, I talk to them about, I make sure that the dates are, what's coming up, what's important. And then I use this a lot for pep talk. Like, come on, guys, you're doing great. I really love what I'm seeing out of you. Keep it up. We've only got a few more weeks, whatever. I don't know, but it's a good pep talk place. The other place that I use this a lot is in a direct response to a student. So they will email me and say, I didn't do very good on that quiz. What was the problem? So I look over the quiz, see what the problem was, and then I talk right back to them. So the only thing that I would say is this doesn't take very long at all, but it is such a great announcement thing. And the kids feel like they know me better, I think, since that's been up there. The only thing that I would highly recommend is get yourself used to looking in the camera when you talk. Because it's easy to do this, right? And you're looking at but talk right to them in the camera. So it's you and them having a conversation. That would be the other thing. You kind of have to train yourself a little bit to do it, but it really does feel much more personal if you're looking at them and you have eye contact with them. So anyway, that's all I have. I just wanted to, Maggie asked me if I'd share that. And the students really do seem to, like I said, on my evaluations, numerous students will mention it in the class, how much they like that. So something simple, easy you can do. And there you go. I'm handing it back to Maggie.
Thank you so much, Kathy. That is exactly what I was looking for. And like I said, a lot of students, I had at least one go over and over about how excited they were to see your face and hear you. Just a little more personal. Love it. Thank you so much.
You are welcome.
Let's see if I can share my screen. Does anybody have anything they want to share to that? Anybody else using this feature right now? Or have any questions about it? You can do up to 5 minutes on either one of them, audio or video. So that kind of takes the stress out of making it too long or whatever. And the students can use it too. So it's really nice in forums and stuff if you want them to make their introduction as a video or an audio. That's what I do in my class. Their introduction can be a video, audio, or text introduction. And it's really fun whenever they actually do a video, because then I can see who they are and what they look like and hear their voice.
Maggie, I just have one more thing to throw into that. I also use it for instructions with assignments. So it's me telling them, in addition to maybe having it written. I think it also means a lot for certain students to hear it and hear how I'm emphasizing things that I want done. So that's another really good way to use it.
Yes. I love that. Anybody else? No? All right. Last spring, we had dropped student notifications added, and then we were just informed from Jinzabar that for right now, they've got that disabled. They're trying to work around some issues before they bring it back. So if any of you were using those notifications, just let you know that Jinzabar has that disabled right now. Any questions about that? Resolved issues. Copy paste in the text editor. That was a fun whenever that wasn't working. So luckily it is working now. I believe they fixed it mid-semester, but it is now on my resolved issues for this update. If you ever have any problems with that, please let me know so we can contact them. For advising, the course history was sending yellow screens, and now that is working properly. Sometimes it will take a long time to load. So I believe if you click again, you will get a yellow screen with that. Just wait. Marie and I were testing it this morning, and it took probably about 30 seconds for it to load. So just be patient and it will load for you. Any questions about that? Known issues. There's still some minimal, like minor themelet issues that we're working through. If you come up with one that's new to you that you haven't heard us talk about, please make sure you're sending us an email and letting us know. If you can send screenshots, that's even better. If you can send us the location of where it's happening, lots of points. So hopefully there's not a lot out there. We're trying to get them flattened out, but if you guys come across anything, please make sure you're letting us know. Moxie Manager upload. Jinzabar put out a notice that it's not working with Safari, and that's mostly because Safari isn't updating on all of its devices, or someone's trying to use Safari in Windows and a Windows device. So just try to use a different browser. If you come up with Moxie Manager not working, make sure you're not using Safari. Pretty simple on that one. Another Moxie Manager known issue is I came across this actually last semester with the NC 105 certificate. If the students download it and don't save it right away, it might come up with a really long file name or file path, longer than 266 characters, which then locks them out of the Moxie Manager, and it can lock us out too. It's not just students. And so we need to make sure that our file path file names are less than 266 characters, which is really long. So hopefully that's not happening too often. But and making sure we're sharing with our students. If you're uploading something to the Moxie Manager, make sure you have the proper file name and not just a bunch of characters because you downloaded it from the internet or you downloaded it from an email or something like that. Because it will not give the student or you feedback on why your Moxie Manager isn't working. It just won't work. So then you have to contact us, then we have to contact Jinzabar and get it all fixed, and then you can have access to it again. So just making everyone aware that that is an issue right now. Does anybody have any questions about that? No? All right. Chromebooks and Word documents. So unless there's some miracle out there that someone knows about besides me, please share. We have found that if you put a Word document, let's say in your resources page, students using Chromebooks are not able to open that because they don't have Office on their Chromebooks. So if you're wanting to put something in resources or handouts or whatever, an assignment, making it a PDF is a little more accessible for students using Chromebooks because it will open in a browser. If you're wanting them to use the Word doc, like you're having them download it to input information, you might rethink about how you're doing that, because students that use Chromebooks are not going to be able to do that with their computers. They'll have to find a different device. A lot of high school students are using Chromebooks because that's what the high school provides. And a lot of college students are starting to use them too because they're cheap. So just being mindful about that. Again, if someone has that workaround or knows a secret that I don't know, please share, because it was quite the hassle this semester. Does anybody have any questions or statements about that?
I was just gonna ask if there were any other like formats for editable documents that would work better, like Open Office or something else. But yeah, to you or the rest of the faculty, since I'm fine with changing to another program.
Well, the college remains a Microsoft Office school. So we're not going to ask you to create your stuff in multiple softwares so that each student can use that. PDFs tend to be universal, which is why we've always encouraged you to share documents in a PDF format. Another comment for your students, like I realize many of you have your students do work normally in Word and submit it to you. The students that are working on Chromebooks likely are sending you a Google Doc, but Word is able to open that. And so you may not even realize when a student is using their Chromebook to submit work to you. If you do encounter work from a student that you can't open, you just need to email online. Maggie or I can try to help you with that. So I guess, Paul, to answer your question, as far as I know, we're still encouraging you to use Microsoft Office software at this point, but just asking if you can to save it as a PDF or print to PDF before you share it with your students.
Okay.
Anything else about that? Okay. Next up, instructional support. Just remembering that we have the instructional support page under My Teaching. It has the calendar of events with the links to the Tuesday Tech Talks or the link to any of the lunch bites that we're going to host. So if you ever delete one of my weekly updates and you can't remember when the lunch bite is, or the link for the Tuesday Tech Talks, if you go to My Teaching and go to instructional support, you'll see that calendar and you'll be able to click on that link. There's still the chat feature on there through Zoom. It teaches you how to use it. So if you ever want to just send me a quick message through chat and go that way instead of trying to email or phone call, that's an option. There's directions on the instructional support page on how to use that, or you can give me a call or an email and I'll help you. Schedule events is just a different form of, it's a list view of all the things that are on the calendar. The training videos are all on there with a link to all the YouTube videos for faculty. And then, of course, the desk side coaching requests, that link is there as well. Any questions about that? Okay. Weekly updates email. You received my first one since summer today. I hope you all opened it and read it and everything already. Hopefully it's not in your deleted folder already. But just remembering that the weekly updates always have the upcoming events and trainings, Tuesday Tech Talks and lunch bites. For instance, this week I won't be having Tuesday Tech Talks. So in that email, it says that my Tech Talks isn't until next week. So it's going to, and there might be times that there might be months that we go to bi-weekly instead of every Tuesday. We're definitely only going to be doing Tuesday Tech Talks while we're in session. So even during intersessions or breaks, we won't do Tuesday Tech Talks. Lunch bites, we're gonna try and do at least once a month again, hopefully twice a month. And then we'll put on the myNeosho updates. So if there's something new coming or known issues, or if a big maintenance is coming, we'll make sure we'll put that in the weekly updates in email. Any questions about that? And if you're not getting those emails, let me know. I'll hook you up. Okay. Upcoming trainings, we've got lunch bites at the beginning of September, explore different assignment features. This might be a refresher to some people. It might be good for our new faculty, even if it's within the last year. New faculty, this would be a good one to come to, just to go over the different assignment options. And then I'll have more lunch bites coming soon. And of course, I'll put that in the weekly updates and on the calendars when it comes up. And obviously, I want you guys to let me know if there's ever a lunch bite or a training that you want. Send online an email so we can build that for you. If you have any ideas, or this would be a good lunch bites, or I would like to share this awesome new thing that I do for my class, I would love that. So don't forget to do that. Don't forget to send us an email or call me. And here is our information to get a hold of us. And does anybody have any more questions or statements or exciting things you do in class with myNeosho?
Maggie, I do want to add one thing for faculty. Sometimes we hear through the grapevine that you like a feature that you've seen in another LMS, and you don't think that myNeosho can do that. I just want to encourage you, if you're aware of a feature that you really like, either you've seen it elsewhere or it's just an idea or something that you really want to do, even if you don't know that it actually can work, please email online. Maggie is here to help you research that. I have heard recently a couple different things from different faculty that they really like in a different LMS, but it is possible to do some of those things here in myNeosho. They're just not maybe the standard things. And so we don't talk about them all the time in these trainings. So I just want to encourage you to reach out to Maggie or to me and ask, you know, can I do X or can I do Y? And also I want to share, normally when we talk about LTI integration, we kind of say, well, we haven't always had good luck with that. I am happy to share that we have a couple instances where LTI integration is working beautifully. And in some cases, it's even passing grades back into myNeosho. So if that's something you've looked at in the past and we just kind of said it isn't working right now, maybe it's time to pick that up and look at that again if you're still interested in that. So that's just my plug that I wanted to say.
Marie,
Yes.
can I ask which publishers are working?
We are working with Dr. Yuza, help me out. LabSim? No, what is your? There's
Labster.
Labster. Thank you. We are working with Labster and also with TestOut right now. We have good working LTI integrations, both of which are passing grades back into myNeosho.
Any luck with Pearson's My Math Lab?
I did not try that. I did teach the online college algebra this summer, and I did not try to set up the integration for that, but we certainly can, Paul.
Yeah, I would be interested in trying that. I did have a question. I'm sure you've already said it. I showed up late because an appointment ran late. So I would like to catch the beginning of this. It is being recorded. Are you going to post it on the my instruction part of? Are you going to post it somewhere?
I can. I can post it under instructional support.
Please. Thank you.
Yeah. Anything else? All right. Dr. Gardner, do you have anything else?
I do not, other than thank you everyone for being here this morning, and we hope this was helpful to you.
Yes. And don't forget to reach out if you need anything at all. Happy to help. And you get some time left of your morning. Have a good one.
Maggie, did you turn on recording to the cloud?
I did.
I think we're both recording because I turned it on and I think I hit record to my computer. So I'm going to stop it.
Okay. Me too.